Okay, we will do a little bonus workout here for you guys. The only equipment you're going to need today, if you use any equipment, will be handheld weights. So we'll just do a brief prep here. Just going to stand tall, just kind of get our alignment in place, feel ourselves inside our bodies from head to toe. If you want, if it helps, you can close your eyes, bring yourself inside your body. And just kind of sense your readiness, feeling if there's anything that needs extra attention, bringing yourself inside your body with your breath. And as we stand tall, then we'll just start to hinge from this position. So again, the hinge comes from the hips. So we're going to keep those 3 points of contact in the spine and gently feel ourselves hinge. We're keeping the legs soft but straight so that we can initiate that stretch behind the legs. Slowly getting ourselves closer and closer to that position where our upper body becomes parallel to the floor. And if you want to pause at any point and feel that stretch a little longer, you can do that. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more time. And still being mindful of that upper body position, we'll bring your feet together, pick one leg, and we're going to balance, and we're just going to gently pulse. Just feeling ourselves being loose, but we're still in that ready position, that ready sense within our body. Like we're going to get a little bit more intense and a little more aggressive with our movements, but we can still be relaxed as we do that. Let's do 2 or 3 or more on this leg, and then we'll convert to the other side. Same exact thing. Again, I'm not looking down at the floor. I can still look straight ahead. I'm still breathing. From the belly button up, pretty much everything is the same. 2 or 3 more. And then both feet down, just kind of step it out. Then with the arm, we're going to pretend we have a tray in our hand. We're going to keep that hand in the up position. We're just going to raise it in front and then up as high as we can. And then we're going to swing it outside. And if you need to adjust your body at any point, you can do this. So we're going to take it all the way back as far as we can. And then we're going to bring that arm over our head, keeping the palm facing up still, reaching across our body, swinging it to the front, and then dropping it down to bring underneath our armpit. And we'll do that 1 more time. Up in front, out to the side and back, reaching as far as we can, leading with your body if you want to or need to, over the top, back to the front, and then under the armpit. And then we'll switch and repeat on the other hand. Up in front, swing out to the side, reaching as far back as we can, leaning with our body if we need to, keeping that palm up, swinging to the front, and then down underneath the armpit. And 1 more time, reaching as high or higher than we did the first time through, reaching as far back or further back, extending the range a little bit further, coming to the front, and then under the armpit, and just like that. We're going to sidestep. As we sidestep, we're going to reach to the floor, right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot, and then we're going to turn in a clockwise and counterclockwise fashion. So we're just going to reach back and forth, and as we do that, we're just going to make a circle, trying to reach a little bit further to the floor each time. It's not about how fast we're moving. We're trying to work that range of motion as much as we can to the floor and then back up. Once you made a full range, Then go back in the other direction around the clock. Still breathing, still staying relaxed, still mindful of your upper body alignment. Getting to the floor means you're bending at the hips, the knees, and the ankles. All right. So again, if you want to use handheld weights for this, you can. There's going to be a lot of repetition here. And we're just going to keep adding on. So the first movement we do is going to be the most repeated, and then each subsequent move will be added to it, but it'll be repeated less often, okay? So I will do some of the movements with weights, some with weights, just so you can kind of get a feel for it. The first one's going to be a lunge forward. And as I lunge forward with my right leg, I'm going to reach overhead with my left hand. I'll come back, I'll lunge with the left leg, reach overhead with my right hand, okay? So again, if you want to use weight for this, you can. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. Again, take your time, depending on how ready you feel. That's why you might want to go without weight the first 1 or 2 times, just to get a little bit more prep time in. About 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We'll repeat that one again, and then we'll add the second one, which is alternating pummeling. So we'll do what we just did first, and then we'll add that second one on, starting in 10 seconds. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Make each movement smooth and distinct. Mindful of your inhale and your exhale as you do this. 15 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Now with alternating pummeling, the movement's going to look like this. We're turning our bodies and we're swinging the arms up and then back, up to the front and then behind. From the side, it'll look like this. Okay, we'll start that in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. So there's just a little bit of flexing and extending at the elbow, but not a lot. If you really want to get your feet involved a little bit more, you can do that. But you want to feel a little bit of a turn with the hips, feeling your shoulders move, maybe a little bit of a weight shift. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. So we'll repeat each of those. The next movement will be on the floor on our stomachs. We'll be doing alternating X arms. So when we get to that point, I'll show you that movement. Alternating forward lunge with overhead press in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Halfway. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Going back to that pummeling motion next, and then we'll go to the floor on our stomachs. Okay, pummeling starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Again, we're just trying to think about how fluid and smooth we can be. Even though we're working, if you have extra weight in your hands, we can still do this with vigor and stay relaxed. So just trying to feel your way through this. The fatigue's going to slowly build up, and it's just going to make it more challenging as we continue to go through this. About 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and done. We're going to go to the floor on our stomachs, alternating X arms. So it'll be this movement, but we're going to be on our stomachs. So we're going to have to alternate like so, and then raise it up. Okay, so we'll start in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Swing to one side, pull up, swing to the other side, and pull up. Very challenging. You won't need a lot of weight here, if any. I probably overdid it myself with this weight selection. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We'll take extra time to get up. Get a drink if you need it. I'm going to need to lighten the weight myself on that when we go to the floor, so I'll make my adjustment. Okay, in 10 seconds, we start back with alternating forward lunge and overhead press. Number 4 on the list will be wide stance front cross. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. Forward lunge, alternating overhead press. Whatever leg we step forward with, we reach up with the opposite arm. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating pummeling will be next. Start to feel the rhythm here, the cadence, the sequencing. Should all be coming clearer and clearer. Perfecting the movement each time. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Nice and relaxed. About 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we'll quickly go to the floor. On our stomach, alternating X arms, then we'll come right back up to wide stance front cross. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Empty hand or a little weight, either way is fine. Think about perfecting the movement, not about how many reps or how much weight. Think about quality movement. 15 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. Onto your feet as quickly as you can. Wide stance front cross. It's going to be a wide leg position. We're going to crisscross our arms down and then swing them up. Hinging at the hips as we do this. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Keep breathing. Make it a good cross at the bottom with the arms, and then big and wide at the top when you stand up. You should feel a good stretch on those legs if you're keeping 3 points of contact with your spine. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back to the beginning. The next movement that we'll add is a squat with alternating floor touch. So we're back to the forward lunge and overhead reach or overhead press. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. If this pace overall is too quick, take your own breaks or take longer breaks and then just come back in when you're ready. It's not about keeping up. Like I said, you want to make sure that whatever it is that's happening here is going to serve you outside of this time that we spend together. So be intentional and be deliberate. 3, 2, and 1. Pummeling is next. Starting in 10 seconds. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Again, this is an opportunity to change the weights as needed in order to keep that movement quality as high level as you can. Hopefully, as I get tired, I keep showing you good technique. So there's lessons for all of us here. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. To the floor, alternating X arms on our stomachs. I'm going to go without weight this time to prove my point for myself. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Onto our feet. Wide stance front cross. Starting in 10 seconds. Again, good 3 points of contact with the spine. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Hinging, feel that stretch as you come forward, and then reach at the top, opening yourself up. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Squat with alternating floor touch. So I'm just going to squat down and reach down with one hand, come tall, and then reach down with the other hand. You can go empty hands or with weights. I want to keep the feet a little narrower, starting in 3, 2, and 1. As close to the floor as you can, all the way to a stand, and then same thing on the other side. See, it doesn't have to be fast. We just want to be smooth. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. The next one we'll add to the list is a goalpost and press. So I'm going to internally rotate, externally rotate, and then press out. So I'm making a letter V. So that'll be the next one. Alternating forward lunge and overhead press starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So you can see there's a lot of repetition here. This is where the fatigue can really start to creep in on you. So adjust your weights or take extra rest if you need it, because it's really, it doesn't sneak up on you anymore. You really start to feel it. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Pummeling is next. Going to have these in your dreams. There's so much repetition. Hopefully they'll be good dreams. Starting in 5 seconds. Pummeling in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're down on the floor. Prone position, alternating X arms. Again, I'm going to go weightless on this, just my arms. Start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Onto our feet for wide stance and front cross. Start that in 10 seconds. Again, do your best. Don't feel like you've got to keep up. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Squat with alternating floor touch. That's next. Then we'll do that goalpost movement after that. Starting in 5 seconds. Bending at the hip, knee, and ankle. And here we go. As close to the floor as you can get. Floor touch is the goal, but we're not going to compromise our technique too much just to say that we've touched the floor. It's just how low can I get, bending my hips, my knees, and my ankles, and kind of reaching down just outside of that foot. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, goalpost with that diagonal press or making that V position with our arms. Elbows and shoulders start at 90 degrees. In 3, 2, and 1. So we internally rotate, externally rotate back, and then press out at a diagonal, come back into 90-90, and repeat that process again. We want to keep our shoulder blades against our ribs on the back. We want to keep our shoulders from shrugging the weight up as we extend the weight up and away. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating backward lunge will be the next on the list. We come back to alternating forward lunge with opposite side overhead press, starting in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 5 seconds left. 2, 1. Recover. Pummeling is next. Hang in there. Home stretch. We've got 2 elements left, which means we go through that whole cycle. Finishing this one and then one more time afterwards. In 3, 2, and 1. Here's pummeling. Now you have a feel for the sequence. You can maybe dissociate a little bit to anticipate the need to change positions, change weight, get up or down from the floor, while still maintaining concentration on what it is you're doing. 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, and 1, we go to the floor. Alternating X arms. I'm going to try with weight again this time. See what happens. Starting in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Onto our feet for wide stance and front cross. Starting in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Emphasis is always on more quality with the movement. So don't get too discouraged if you're not keeping up, or if you feel like you can't use the same amount of weight. Fatigue does that to us. So we want to push through the fatigue and make sure that we're perfecting our movements as well as we can despite being tired. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Squat with alternating floor touches next. Starting in 10 seconds. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. If you can, start to imagine things in your daily life that these things can have application for. Give these things some meaning and not just think of them as an exercise to do and either patting yourself on the back or beating yourself up, depending on whether you think you're doing it well or not. Think about its application. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Goalpost with diagonal press. This. Okay, so from here, we internally rotate, externally rotate, and then we press. Starting in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating backward lunge. So it's a step back lunge, but as we step back, it's a very light touch and we're keeping the weight on that front leg. Okay? With or without weight in hand. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. "20 seconds left on this. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. The last movement in the list will be with the palms up and out in the plane of your body. We're going to just twist. So it's a helicopter twist. You can have weights or not here. From the beginning though, in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Last time through. You're making it. Five seconds left. 2, 1, and recover. Pummeling. Starting that in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Giving yourself confidence that you can do this in spite of fatigue. You can feel fatigue and still be very aware of what's happening. You can control what's happening. It's not something we have to back off from. We can still be successful in spite of fatigue. 10 more seconds. The fact that you're even doing this in spite of fatigue is success. 3, 2, and 1. Down to the floor. X arms. I'm going to do my last one without weight. You decide how you want to do it. Starting in 5 seconds. And 2, 1. Here we go. Inhale and exhale, 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. On our feet for a wide stance, front cross. Starting in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Squat with alternating floor touch. Starting in 10. In 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Goalpost to diagonal press. Starting with the arms and the elbows at 90 degrees, or shoulders and elbows, excuse me. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Again, keeping those elbows down as we extend the weight up and away from the midline of our bodies. Fifteen more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Alternating backward lunge. Keeping the weight front to that front leg, reaching and just a light, gentle touch with the back foot. Starting at 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. Twenty more seconds. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And finishing up with that helicopter twist. Recommend using lighter weight for that, if any weight at all. We're just twisting the body once the arms are in the plane of the body. Palms up. In 2, 1. Here we go. We're twisting the whole body, which means we have to look for something behind us. To get our bodies to rotate. Keeping the feet loose and happy so our hips can turn. 15 more seconds. A hard time even things out. 3, 2, and 1. All right. If you need it, grab a drink. Just keep moving around. Let's do a brief bit of recovery here. And let's start with the palm up and grabbing those fingers gently. As we pull the fingers back, I'm trying to press the edge of my palm away from me to get that stretch through my forearm. My shoulders stay down, so I'm not up in this position here. Shoulders stay down. Pressing the heel of the hand away as I pull the fingers toward me. And then we'll release. We'll just turn that hand over and repeat. I'm trying to push my wrist away as I pull my fingers back now. And then gently release that, shake it loose. Other hand out, palm up. Push that heel away as you pull your fingers back. Maybe noticing any side-to-side difference. And gently release. Turn that palm over now. Again, pushing the wrist away as I pull my fingers toward me. And then release and relax, shake it loose. We're going to do that waiter drill that we started with in the beginning. We're going to do one time, but we're going to try to make it extreme. So pick one hand, palm up, and I'm going to reach up, and I'm actually going to take it out at a diagonal, reach it up as high as I can, and then I'm going to swing around and out and as far back as I can. So I'm really leaning with my body all the way around as I bring it over my head. So I'm reaching way over my head. And now I'm going to swing it way out in front of me. And then all the way under my armpit, just like we did in the beginning. And then we're at the back at the beginning. And then we'll switch to the other hand. I'm going to take it diagonally across, raise it up as high as I can, then swing it out and around to my side, as far back as I can, leaning my body. And then taking it over my head and reaching across, really feeling myself extend, swinging it to the front, and then dropping that hand down to bring it under my armpit again. Just like that. Very good. Okay, I'm going to be in a stride position with my left leg forward and my right leg back. From this position, I'm going to reach up. I'm going to grab my right wrist with my left hand, and then I'm going to pull over to my left. So it should be accentuating itself all the way through the front of that right hip, the back leg, as you do that. And you can massage the spacing of your feet forward and backward and side to side. Then come back to that up neutral position, release the arms, let them come down, step up, shake it loose. Right leg forward, left leg back. Once you have that down, reach up, grab that left wrist with the right hand, pull it over to your right. Same concept, just the other side. Still able to breathe. And then back to neutral, release the wrist, arms come down, shake it loose. We're just going to let our fingers walk down the front of our leg. We're going to go as far as we comfortably can, keeping our legs soft but straight. And then we're just going to hang out there for a few breaths. So breathing in and out. If you need to come up before I give the green light, go ahead and do that. Just going to do a couple more breaths here. Let gravity kind of take its effect. And now we'll begin that process of walking those fingers up. Step it out a little bit, kind of move that blood around. They're going to reach real tall with the big inhale. And as we exhale, extend those arms out as far as we can from one another. When our arms are down and our breath is out, we'll call it done. Congratulations, you made another workout. Thanks for being here. See you again. Bye.